This is the all-new 2022 Tour Series Luna in the ESP plastic. Let's head out onto the course and see what this thing could do. All right, what's going on, everybody? We have made it out to none other than Johnson Hills Park here in Ohio. I am so excited to bring you guys this video today showcasing the new 2022 Tour Series Luna in the new swirly ESP plastic. What we're going to be doing out here today is we're going to be just taking a look at the flights of the new Tour Series Luna compared to a couple of the other Lunas that I have. Let me go ahead and show you what we have in the bag here today, and then we'll jump into playing some holes here. All right, so in this video today, we're gonna have 4 options of taking a look at the Luna. So the first one up is obviously gonna be the new 2022 Tour Series Luna. The next one up is going to be the OG, the original Big Z Luna. Next up, and one that I'm super excited to compare the new 2022 Tour Series Luna to, is going to be the ESP Moody Luna from Nokia, Finland. This one was super limited, and it's probably going to have the closest flight characteristics to that new Tour Series Luna just because the plastics are basically the same. And then last up, we're gonna have the 2021 Tour Series Luna in the metallic Z plastic. So now that you all know what we're gonna be throwing out here today, we're gonna jump into some of the holes out here at Johnson Hills. I picked this course specifically because the front 9 out here is pretty simple, pretty much a pitch and putt type of course here. So I figured that would be a great place to take out all of these Lunas. Maybe try and hit some aces out here today, shape some shots and hit some lines out here. Let's jump into some of the holes here at Johnson Hills and start looking at these flights. We're gonna start out on hole 1 here at Johnson Hills. It's about 375 feet. I'm not even playing this really for score. I just wanna show you guys the flights of the different Lunas. This is pretty much the most open it's going to be on the entire course. So I'm going to give you guys some of the foul flights, foul trackers, and everything like that for all 4 of the Lunas that we have here today. And then we'll jump into some woods holes and try and hit some aces and shape some shots. All right, we're going to start out with the 2021 Tour Series Luna in the metallic Z plastic. Thing popped up to flat nice, had a little bit of fade just like a typical Luna does. Next up, we're going to have the ESP Luna, or otherwise known as the Moody Luna. This one is more than likely going to have the most comparable flight to the new 2022 Tour Series Luna. So I'm excited to see how this one flies compared to the new one. So I turned that one over just a little bit, but it flew pretty straight and then had a little bit of fade towards the end. Next up is going to be the OG Big Z Luna. This one typically has the most stability out of all the Lunas that I've thrown before. Yeah, pretty much just held the line that it was on and had quite a bit of fade at the end. And last up, what you're all here for, is the new 2022 Tour Series Luna in that swirly ESP plastic. This thing looks super sick. Super excited to see how this thing flies. I released it on a fair bit amount of hyzer, and it just held that line and had a little bit of fade. I really like the flight of that one. All right, those are the first flights that you're gonna see out of the Lunas that we have available here today. I would say that the new 2022 swirly ESP Luna and the Moody Luna are gonna have a pretty similar flight. The feel in the hand is also going to be very similar. There's not much of a difference there. The metallic Z Luna that I throw is a little bit on the flippier side, so you can flip it up to flat pretty easy. Pretty similar fade to the 2 ESP ones. And then the Big Z has always been the most overstable Luna that I've ever thrown. But I loved the first flight out of the 2022 Luna, and I definitely think it's gonna be a disc that you're going to use off the tee and for approach shots. So the Big Z Luna ended up off to the left side over here. Pretty much a good pairing of the 2 ESP Lunas. This is the new Tour Series Luna 2022. That one actually went the furthest. And then over here you'll have the metallic Z, and then the Moody is just going to be off to the right over there slightly. So the 2022 Series Luna actually flew the furthest. Obviously in reviews they're kind of subjective, and it all depends really on how you throw the disc at that time. But we're going to jump into some of the wooded holes now, take a look and see what type of lines we can hit, and possibly hit some aces out here with this new disc. All right, we made it into the woods here at Johnson Hills. We're gonna be jumping over to hole 4. This is really the second little technical hole that you're gonna have here. We're gonna have to shape some shots with these Lunas out here. There's a lot of trees, kind of tight technical lines. We're gonna jump into this hole and see what we can do here. On hole 4, we're actually just gonna take the 2 ESP Lunas and take a look at the flight characteristics of that on this type of hole here. It's just pretty much straight up, through and down, a slight right basket placement. So we really want to just flip something up to flat through this initial gap here. Just have something fade just a little bit. That should be all right, but you saw how that thing just flew pretty straight initially, a little bit of fade at the end. All right, and now we have the new 2022 Tour Series Luna. Gonna try and do the same type of line that the Pedomoody did, just flip it up to flat through this initial gap. And it should have a little bit of fade based on how I threw it out in the field. Wow, that thing had a great flight out of it. It went dead straight with just a slight bit of fade on it. You guys can see the basket here now. We ended up just, probably 10 feet away from the basket with the new Tour Series Luna. Pedomoody one ended up just off over there. This one though, absolutely parked. It only gets better if we literally throw the thing in the bucket. Otherwise, this thing is flying really, really nice. Before we head into hole 5 here at Johnson Hills, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the overall feel of the new ESP Luna that's going to be coming out compared to the Pedomoody Luna that is also ESP plastic. So the first thing that you're going to notice with the new 2022 Tour Series plastic is it's going to have that very familiar ESP feel to it. A little bit of grip, not too much, and it's not very, very slick either. It feels really comfortable in the hand. I always thought that the Pedomoody Luna felt a little bit different than the Big Z or the Metallic Z for some reason. It just has a different feel in the hand, maybe because it is ESP plastic, but I would say that the new 2022 Tour Series has that same feel that the Pedomoody has. Here's a look at kind of like the overall profile of the disc. It's pretty flat on the top. There's not too much dome at all to it. It feels very similar to just the typical Luna that you're really used to. As for like gumminess or like if it's stiff or not, it has a little bit of give to it, but it's not like overly gummy and it's not overly stiff. So if you have been looking to pick up or wanting an ESP Luna, this is definitely going to be your opportunity to get your hands on one. I'm very excited that you all are going to be able to have a stock run of ESP Lunas. I know a lot of people have been waiting for this opportunity, and Discraft finally came through and is going to offer that Luna in the ESP plastic. We're going to head into hole 5, which is an absolute ace opportunity here. We're going to try and throw one of these Lunas in the basket. So let's take a look and see if we can hit some chains here. All right, first up, I'm going to throw the 2021 Metallic Z Luna down there. I squared that tree. Next up is going to be the Big Z Luna. Not bad, but not great. Next up is going to be the Pedomoody Luna. And last up is going to be the 2022 Tour Series Luna. Come on, go in the bucket. Do it. Sit, sit. Ooh, went well past the basket with that thing. Well, we didn't end up with the ace on any of the Luna shots out here, but we're gonna have another opportunity out on this next hole. For all of you that are wondering how I got this early, Discraft had released the 2022 Tour Series lineup early out at the Memorial Championship in Arizona. I wanna give a huge shout out to Paul Dyer in Arizona for hooking me up with this thing at a relatively cheap price on the secondary market. I know right now they're going for absolutely insane prices on Facebook Market. So I am super thankful to be able to get one of these in my hands. But we're gonna head into the next hole here. And we're gonna see how these things fly. Pretty straight to stable flight on that one. Going with the OG Big Z Luna neck. The thing with that Big Z Luna is it fights out a lot quicker than the 21 Tour Series and both of the ESP Lunas. I'm gonna go with the Pedomoody next. Tried giving that a little bit more height so we could give that thing an ace run. And finally, the 2022 Tour Series Luna. I'm gonna try and throw this thing relatively hard, give it a little bit of height so we can get this thing close to the basket. Well, as you can see here, the Tour Series Luna is absolutely parked under the basket. Thing flew like a laser beam there on that last throw. I threw it pretty hard. Really stoked on that. We're gonna play one more hole out here, show you the last flights of this thing, then we're gonna head back over to the pneumatic warehouse, talk a little bit more about if you should throw this thing in the bag. All right, final hole that we're gonna be playing out here today in this review or this short little video, taking a look at the new 2022 Tour Series Luna. It's gonna be hole 8 here at Johnson Hills, about 225 feet. This lines up really, really well for a Luna shot here, so I figured this was a great hole to end it on. I figured this was a great hole to end on here, get some things close to the basket. Fight out. Ooh, what a tree kick on that one. Did not throw that one well. Last up, last throw with the Tour Series Luna here today. Unfortunately hit a tree. I'm getting pretty tired out here after throwing so many shots, but either way, really loving the flight of that thing. Well, no aces, a couple of all right shots, not great shots, but we're gonna pick all these up now, head back to the pneumatic warehouse, and now I'll give you my final thoughts of the new 2022 Tour Series Luna. Back at the pneumatic warehouse now. What an amazing time it was out at the course today, throwing the all new 2022 Tour Series Luna in that swirly ESP plastic. That thing is so amazing. Let's sit down and talk a little bit more about why you should get this disc on release day. So as you saw it on the course, the new swirly ESP Luna had a very straight flight with a slight fade at the end. Very similar to the Pedo Moody Luna that we were out throwing today as well. Definitely different than your 2021 Tour Series in that metallic Z plastic, and a lot different than the original Big Z Luna that a lot of people were throwing for their premium plastic Luna when that first came out. If you are somebody who is throwing the Luna off the tee for approach shots, anything like that, this is definitely going to be a disc that you are going to want to pick up when it is released. The release date hasn't been officially set yet, but I have heard that retailers are potentially going to be getting them towards the end of March or early April. Here's another close-up of the disc one last time. There it is on the back side. You can see the swirls on that one pretty good. Thank you all so much for checking out the video here today and hanging out with me out on the course throwing this amazing new Luna. If you did like the video, make sure that you leave a like down below. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're going to be picking up any of the new Tour Series discs from Discraft this year, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.